All right, I'm back. Okay, today it's April. We're starting a new unit today. That's right. So we're talking about economics. That's what we're going to be talking about in April for our unique lesson. And for News to You, we're still going to be talking about the coronavirus this week. So this week, we're talking econ. That's right. We're talking money. That's right. So the kids are going to learn some lessons about money. That's right. And we're also going to talk about the coronavirus some more. We got some activities to go along with that. But today we're just going to focus on the overview for the April lesson. And the title of the whole lesson is called All in a Day's Work. So it's about economics. That's right, all in a day's work. So what were we going to be covering? We're going to be covering the concepts to let the kids know that you got to make money out there, y'all. And income is based on work skills, attitude, and job opportunities. I know that's kind of high functioning for our kids, but they can do simple things around the house to earn some money, help people, help themselves, help their parents, all right, by doing some jobs and some chores, and they're just learning the concepts of life. So basically that's what we're doing, all right. So for our kids, we want them to be able to know that money is earned by working at a job, all right. And then they know that money is like a reward, from participating or working in a job, all right. And they might get a chance to choose a job that they might like to try, all right. And they might learn about making informed decisions about purchases. We go out on CBI all the time, so we want to teach them about making decision making and identifying money that is being earned or spent. All right. So this month in Unique, we're talking about Jordan's First Job. It's a book we're reading. All right. Students are going to learn about jobs, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to read the first chapter of Jordan's First Job. All right. And it illustrates how to make a plan to reach a goal. So in this case, it's getting a job to make some money. And the book emphasizes that this kid, Jordan, can find a job and things that he can do to reach his goal. So throughout the month, we're going to discuss and point out tasks that students can do that they might not always find enjoyable, but you'll need to learn to do them to be able to reach your goal. That's right. And we're going to be talking about setting a goal and building the future. And there's also some life skills lessons this month. This is stuff we do every month, parents. That's right. So in this chapter book, we're going to learn about this girl named Keisha. She's a high school student, and she's preparing for life after high school, and she's setting a goal for her future. So we're going to read about that. All right. And then we have some life skills lessons that we're going to do this month. All right. And they focus on many facets of jobs and incomes. Like in lesson 4, that's our first life skills lesson. Students are going to identify their goals and make a plan to reach a goal. So our kids all have goals, IEP goals, and that's the goals that we work on all the time. All right. So we're going to let the students know about some goals, or I'll talk about that. All right. And lesson 6 gives them a chance to complete a job preference survey. So something like the job preference survey, I would usually put the choices on a switch, the different jobs, and let the kids choose what job they would like to do. They could do it by pointing, by grabbing the piece of paper, the icon. All right. And that's how they let you know what they like, by choices. That's pretty much how I do it, is let them choose. They choose their lunches every day. They choose their answers, their responses. Sometimes it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. They're making a choice. They're participating, and they're learning. And that's when we can tell them and correct them. Man, that's not quite the right choice, but I'm glad you made the choice. This is the choice that probably would have been a better choice. All right. So we're going to do some life skills. We're going to learn some problem solving scenarios. That's how we usually do. All right. And there's a couple other books you can read to support the lesson that's available in the News to You library. That's right, on the News to You website. All right. or the Unique Library, Adventures of Sadie and Lindsay. It's a book about two girls finding and living in an apartment. There's a book called Accidents Happen. We can read, it describes the use of a car and health insurance in a car accident. And it's on sale. It describes a girl making a choice to buy some items that are on sale so she can get the most bang for her buck and get more for her money. So that's what we're talking about this month. Economics, money situations, money opportunities, money concepts. That's going to be the unique lesson for the month, students and parents. All right. So that's what that's all about. All right. So, and we're still talking about the coronavirus. That's right. So yesterday, I gave an overview. You can play it back. All right. Today's April 1st. That was March 31st yesterday. We started talking about the coronavirus. We read the article. So today, we're going to build on that. All right. They have what they call an extension activity. All right. And it talks about different ways that we can help stop the spread of the coronavirus. So the extension activity, all right, is what we're going to deal with right now for the coronavirus. All right. And then after I do this extension activity, then I will read one of the chapter books from the unique lesson. And you can discuss it with the kids, build on it, show them videos, cartoons, movies related to the topic. All right. So right now, we're talking about the topic of the coronavirus. That's right. It's news to you. It's our current event. That's right. Many people are still sick. They're sick with the new illness called the coronavirus. We talked about it yesterday. And it's spread to many countries all around the world. All right. And it spreads from person to person. So people give it to each other. And we also know that our leaders are working hard to stop the spread of the virus. And we're helping too by doing things like social distancing. Sorry, kids. And staying at home and things like that. All right. So last month we talked about physical science. All right. So this month it's economics. All right. So coronavirus is pretty much like science. All right. So even though we're in April, the topic still deals with science. All right. And it still kind of deals with what we talked about last month. All right. In March, in which we talked about sound, the science of sound energy. All right. So we'll review a little bit of that later. But now, talking about the coronavirus, we know it's a pandemic. All right. We know a pandemic is when an illness spreads around the world. We talked about that yesterday, kids. And the coronavirus has spread to more than 100 countries in every continent on the earth except one, Antarctica. Try to find that on the map, kids and parents. That's right. That's the only place where there is no coronavirus, probably because there's not very many people there. All right. So on with the extension activity. All right. So here we are. Many people are sick with coronavirus now. And you too can help stop the spread of the virus in many ways. So let's take a look at some of the ways that we can help. All right. There's a picture of a bunch of people wearing their mask walking through the airport. That's one way they're trying to help stop the spread of the virus by wearing protective gear on their face and hands. Okay, so along with the extension activity, the coronavirus is a germ, y'all. That's right. It's a germ. That's right. And it makes you cough. Germs make you cough. Germs are tiny organisms or living things that can make you sick. That's what a germ is. It's an organism. It's a living thing. It's super tiny. You can barely see it with a microscope, y'all. They're so tiny that you need a microscope to see them, actually. That's right. And germs can spread through the air from person to person. That means it's airborne. That's right. They spread with coughs or sneezes. So if you're close to somebody and you sneeze on them, Achoo! That sneeze might land on them. That's right. So, you need to do things to keep stuff like that from happening, to stop the germs from spreading. Germs like the coronavirus. All right. So, there's a picture of a little girl. She's coughing. She's sneezing. All right. And she's covering her mouth when she coughs. So that's what we want to do to help fight the germ. All right. Some other things we can do. We can wash our hands often, y'all. We talked about it yesterday. Washing your hands is the best way to stop the spread of germs. So washing your hands often and for a long time, you should rub your hands together with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. So that's like singing happy birthday to yourself twice. All right. Every time you cough and sneeze and before you eat, those are the times you're supposed to wash your hands. So when you cough and sneeze, you wipe your nose, put your finger in your nose, your mouth, wipe your hands, or parents have wipe your kids' hands off. All right. If they're sticking their hands in their mouth or making some slobber, just try to keep it clean a little bit. All right. And you should wash your hands after you use the bathroom and after you play outside too, because there's lots of germs in the bathroom. There's lots of germs outside, lots of germs on everything you touch, y'all. So it's important to wash your hands regularly. Regularly. That's a word that means all the time or consistently, that you do it consistently or on. Those are big words for you guys, but you do it regularly, just like you brush your teeth. Okay, so when's another time you wash your hands? After playing with the dog, before you eat dinner. All right, you pet the dog, go wash your hands. All right, because the dog's got some stuff on him. You pet your cat, go wash your hands afterwards. All right, so anytime you're playing with toys, painting, with chemicals, get anything on your hands, wash them off. All right, dry them off real good too. All right, so washing our hands is one thing we can do to avoid the coronavirus. Another thing we can do is avoid touching your face. We talked about it yesterday when we read the activity. Germs on your hands can go to your face, and then the germs enter your body and they make you sick. That's right. Here's a guy touching his face. All right. So, studies have found that people who touch their faces more than 16 times an hour. Sorry about that. I'll get that later. That's right. So, studies have found, as I was saying, that people touch their faces more than 16 times each hour. And this is without even realizing it, y'all. So, it's kind of hard to remember not to touch your face. So that's why it's more important to remember to wash your hands quite regularly, a couple times an hour. If you're touching your face 16 times an hour, then you should wash your hands at least twice every hour. That way you're at least going to get some of the germs off your fingers. All right. So how can you remember not to touch your face? Oh man, that's a tough one. So you probably, I don't know, a little reminder or something might help me. I don't know how you could remember something that you do unconsciously. That's a tough one, kids. But now it's time to answer the first few questions of what we just talked about. So what are tiny organisms? They're called germs. That's what the coronavirus is. It's a tiny organism. It's a germ, and it helps get you sick. But not all tiny organisms make you sick. Some tiny organisms help you out. All right. So our second question, what's the best way to stop the spread of germs? It's washing your hands. It's washing your hands. That's right. Brushing your teeth helps too, if you're going to get rid of the germs in your mouth. But we're talking about the coronavirus germs. So washing your hands is the best way to stop the spread of germs, because we touch a lot of stuff with our hands. We don't touch very much stuff with our teeth, so I wouldn't worry about that. All right. So the last question. What should you not touch? You should not touch your face, y'all. That's right. We read it a couple pages ago. It said people touch their face on average 16 times in an hour. So try to avoid doing that, and you'll avoid getting germs inside your body, your mouth, your eyes, and your nose. That's places where germs can enter, all those places. Okay. So how do we stop the germs? You can cover your mouth and nose. That's right. Cover your mouth or your nose like this when you cough or sneeze to avoid spreading germs into the air. That's right. Cough or sneeze into your elbow. Not your hand. All right, if you do it in your hand, then you touch something and the germs get all over there. So this will help you avoid getting more germs on your hand by putting the germs over here in your elbow. All right. Another thing you can do is use a tissue when you sneeze or try to blow your nose. All right. So use a tissue always when you sneeze or blow your nose. All right. And throw the tissue into the trash when you're done with it. And then wash your hands after you're done doing that. That way your hands will be nice and clean after touching that tissue that came in contact with your nose, y'all. Another thing that we can do to help stop the spread of the coronavirus is stop sharing things. I know it sounds kind of mean. That's right. We're used to sharing and caring, but right now we got to keep things to ourselves, y'all. Right now, it's important not to share or shake hands with anybody, all right? With others. Germs can spread when a person who is sick touches an object. That's right. So if I touch, let's say, my pencil and I lick it and then I give it to my friend, the germs are left behind on that object. Now he's carrying around the object with the germs on it. That's right. So when other people touch that object, they could get sick too. So avoid sharing stuff with your friends. All right. Don't share a soda. Okay. Don't pass the soda back and forth. All right. Don't share makeup. All right. Don't share anything you touch with your body with somebody else. That's your own personal stuff. Don't share your deodorant. Don't share your toothbrush, your toothpaste, any of that stuff that anybody touch, your personal items. Keep it to yourself. Try to avoid sharing it for a while. All right. All right. You can do things fun like bumping elbows instead of shaking hands. That's how you can say hi. Hey, hey. Or you can wave from a distance. You can blow a kiss. Hey, hey. You can do a sign. Hey, what's up, brother? So there's lots of ways to do greetings without actually touching somebody. Here's a way. That's the old elbow dab. What's up, player? The shoulder bump. There's all kinds of ways to greet somebody, but it's key to stay 6 feet away right now. So the elbow dab might not be too recommended right now. So I would avoid doing that one too. That's right. So another fun way to greet people, high fives. That's right. But you can't high five, so you got to wave. You got to whistle, sing them a song, something like that. But do not touch them right now, at least for the next couple of months. All right. Another thing that we as people can do to help fight the coronavirus and the spread of germs is stay away from crowds of people right now. That's right. The extension activity tells us that we should try not to be too close to other people right now, especially big crowds. That's right. Keep a bigger distance between yourself and other people. Scientists are calling this social distancing. That's right. So they're trying to keep people spread out. So if you cough, the cough won't reach the next person because germs spread in the air from person to person through coughs and sneezes. So if you stay away from other people, you can help stop the spread of the germs, y'all. All right. So what the question is, what will you do to help stop the spread of germs? All right. So if everybody does a couple of things, we could get through this thing and the germs won't spread so bad and not as many people will get sick, y'all, before summer. Okay. So we're going to review again. What should we cough or sneeze into? Not your foot. Not your hand. Don't do that. Nope. Can't sneeze into your foot. Don't want to do that. But your elbow. That's a good place to sneeze into or cough. That's right, your elbow. So that's the answer. Cough into your elbow. All right. What should you avoid? So you should avoid things like shaking hands, y'all. All right, because we're staying distancing. All right. You can do reading. Reading's always fun. Have your parents read to you. Listen to what they're reading. Eating breakfast is always recommended. So never avoid eating breakfast. Always eat a good breakfast. Reading's always fun. But avoid shaking hands right now. All right, high-fiving, dabs, fist pumps, all that stuff. Don't do it. Just do a wave. Do a chest bang. A kiss. But don't touch your mouth. Don't touch your face. Do like this. And if you do blow a kiss, wash your hands. All right, wash your hands after you blow your kiss. All right. And the last thing, what should we stay away from right now? We should stay away from crowds, kids. That's right. Stay away from large gatherings, large groups of people, and people really close to you. All right, because we're trying to keep each other healthy. And social distancing is the answer right now. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so that concludes our extension activity. All right, it was about social distancing and ways we could help stop the coronavirus. Okay, so we'll let that soak in for a minute. All right, remember our vocabulary words for this week and for this unit. Our world. All right. The world is one of our vocabulary words. All right. It's everything earth on earth and all the people on it. All right. Another vocabulary word is the coronavirus. It's a new germ that's making people sick right now. All right. So, world is one of our words. Coronavirus is the germ that's creating the illness and the pandemic right now. The other word is spread. Spread. So what's the definition of the word spread, Mr. D? That's right. So the definition of the word spread, here's our definitions right here, is to affect more and more people. So there's our definition. To affect more and more people is to spread. And to stop, our last definition, is to cause something to end. So we're trying to cause the coronavirus to end, y'all. We're trying to stop it. Just like I'm trying to stop my dog from barking. Hey, Ham, be nice. From barking while I'm trying to do this thing. Okay, so those are our vocabulary words. World, the earth, and everything on the earth is the world. That's right. There's a picture of it. All right. The coronavirus, a new illness that spreads quickly from person to person. Spread is to affect more and more people. So it's something that's moving around, and stopping is to cause something to end. And we're trying to cause the coronavirus to end. Okay. So kids, that's our extension activity for today. Those are your vocabulary words. All right. And parents, if you have access, once you get on the website or whatever, news2u.com, all right, contact me for other information. All right. You can print out some of these activities and do cut and paste, or you can draw a line between the definition and the word with your kid. There's lots of different ways to do it, but just spend some time with your child and read to them and go over with it, and they'll enjoy it. They'll appreciate it. All right. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for the next lesson. All right. And the next activity, shall I say. All right. And what it'll be, I'll be reading the unique read aloud for the unique section of the learning. All right. So we'll skip from the coronavirus to economics. All right. Talk to you soon.